Morning strokes are a leading cause of death among Americans aged 65 and older. Research from the American Heart Association clearly demonstrates that the likelihood of experiencing a stroke significantly increases in the first few hours after waking. However, it's noteworthy that individuals who maintain robust health and independence into their 80s and even 90s consistently practice 5 surprisingly simple morning habits. These actions are performed within the first 5 minutes of their day, right at home, and require no specialized equipment. Over more than 25 years dedicated to studying healthy aging and interacting with tens of thousands of older adults, one distinct pattern has emerged. It has been observed that those who retain high levels of energy and vitality into their 80s and even 90s diligently follow a simple yet extraordinarily effective morning routine. These are not intricate or laborious steps, but rather small, purposeful actions that, when performed at the right time, yield significant positive effects. This narrative will introduce you to 5 incredibly easy morning habits that can be done at home without any special tools. These habits have the potential to be the key factor determining the difference between being dependent on assistance at 70 and confidently traveling the world at 85. To vividly illustrate the tangible impact of this 5-minute morning routine, consider the story of Richard, an elderly man who was convinced his health had reached a hopeless state. Richard, a 71-year-old retired teacher living in Florida, dedicated over 40 years of his life to education. Approximately 3 years ago, he began experiencing serious and alarming health issues. Often in the mornings, immediately after waking, he would feel severe dizziness. His blood pressure showed significant fluctuations, and on one occasion he nearly fainted twice after getting out of bed too quickly. Blood test results indicated an elevated risk of heart disease, leading his doctor to prescribe several medications. Every morning felt like climbing a mountain just to get out of bed, Richard recalled. The situation dramatically changed after he attended a specialized health seminar for older adults. It was there that a cardiologist introduced these 5-minute morning habits to the audience. Initially, Richard approached such simple recommendations with a degree of skepticism, doubting their ability to make any difference. However, realizing he had nothing to lose, he decided to give them a chance. After just 3 weeks of consistently performing these habits, Richard's morning dizziness noticeably subsided. Within 2 months, his blood pressure had significantly stabilized, and his blood viscosity decreased by an impressive 12%. 6 months later, his doctor decided to reduce the number of medications he was taking, discontinuing 2 of them. Richard was genuinely amazed by the significant improvement in circulation in his limbs, his arms and legs. "I don't just feel better. I can now walk with my grandkids without getting tired," Richard enthusiastically declared. And all these positive changes were made possible by 5 simple habits that he gradually integrated into his daily morning ritual, aimed at gently and effectively waking up his body. Or, the 5th habit in this 5-minute morning routine is morning hydration. The moment a person wakes up and opens their eyes, their body is already in a state of significant dehydration. Even without feeling explicitly thirsty, the body loses almost half a liter of water overnight through breathing and perspiration, without any opportunity to replenish these losses. This state of dehydration not only causes fatigue, but also leads to blood thickening, which in turn places additional and quite significant strain on the heart muscle and the entire circulatory system. This is precisely why strokes and heart attacks are most frequently recorded in the first 1 to 2 hours after waking, especially among individuals over 65. Authoritative experts from Harvard University and the Cleveland Clinic unanimously confirm that adequate hydration immediately after waking can substantially reduce the risks of cardiovascular diseases, while simultaneously improving blood circulation, optimizing brain functions, and normalizing metabolic processes. So, what should be done? The solution is remarkably simple. Immediately after waking, without leaving bed, it is recommended to drink about 470 milliliters, approximately 16 ounces, of room temperature water with the juice of a quarter of a fresh lemon added to it. Why room temperature water? Cold water can cause blood vessels to constrict, thereby slowing blood flow, which is directly opposite to the desired effect when the heart and brain need oxygen most. Room temperature water, on the other hand, promotes the expansion of blood vessels and immediately supports optimal blood flow. Lemon, in turn, enriches the drink with natural electrolytes, potassium and vitamin C, which help soften arteries, regulate blood pressure, and possess mild anti-inflammatory properties. The timing of this action is crucial. This water should be consumed within the first minute of opening your eyes, before coffee, tea, or any other food. Thus, you have received information on the correct approach to hydrating the body to maintain morning circulation. However, maintaining joint flexibility is an equally important aspect. After a long period of nocturnal immobility, the fluid in the joints becomes thicker and less mobile, which explains the pain experienced when getting out of bed each morning. Orthopedic specialists strongly recommend the following exercise, which can significantly reduce morning joint stiffness and noticeably improve your mobility. The best part is that this exercise can be performed right in bed and takes only 90 seconds. The fourth habit, integrated into our 5-minute morning routine, is a simple yet extremely effective 90-second exercise aimed at increasing joint mobility. After a night of immobility, not only does blood flow slow down, but joints and muscles also become stiffer and less elastic. This condition is especially risky for people over 65, as an incautious movement, such as a sudden bend, twist, or incorrect way of getting out of bed, can lead to falls, muscle strains, or serious joint injuries. Orthopedic experts from the Mayo Clinic explain that the synovial fluid surrounding the joints tends to thicken during sleep. Without gently warming up and loosening this fluid through movement, the first daily movements create increased friction, causing repetitive micro-injuries. This is a primary cause of chronic arthritis or joint degeneration experienced by many older adults. The solution to this problem is incredibly simple and takes only 90 seconds. You can perform it directly on your bed, and no special equipment is required. Start by sitting on the edge of your bed and rotating your ankles 10 times clockwise, then 10 times counterclockwise. Next, perform small circular movements with your knees, making about 10 circles in each direction. Then, stand up, holding onto a chair or the bed for support if necessary, and gently lean your upper body from side to side 5 times in each direction. Slowly rotate your torso left and right and complete the sequence with 10 slow backward shoulder circles. This entire routine takes less than 90 seconds, but it significantly contributes to smoother joint movement, reduces stiffness, improves balance, and substantially lowers the risk of falls, especially if you have previously had back, knee, or spinal issues. Your joints are now warmed up, but there is another critically important issue that many people over 65 face every morning: maintaining muscle mass. According to the National Institute on Aging, older adults naturally lose muscle mass over time, and after a night of fasting, the body can start using protein from muscles as an energy source. This circumstance explains why many people, despite a full and balanced diet, gradually feel their bodies weakening. Our third morning habit directly addresses this pressing problem. The third habit integrated into our 5-minute morning routine involves the correct timing for protein intake. Many mistakenly believe that sufficient protein consumption throughout the day is the only significant factor. However, for people over 65, when protein is consumed is just as important as the quantity. Research conducted by the National Institute on Aging demonstrates that between 3 a.m. and 8 a.m., older adults enter a phase of accelerated muscle tissue breakdown. Without adequate protein intake during this period, the body begins to break down its own muscles for energy, inevitably leading to loss of strength, weakened immunity, and an increased risk of falls. Experts in geriatric nutrition explain that consuming 25 to 30 grams of high-quality protein within 30 minutes of waking can reduce muscle loss by up to 64% over a 5-year period compared to those who skip or delay breakfast. In other words, timely morning protein intake can protect a significant portion of your muscle mass for the rest of your life. Obtaining the necessary protein is incredibly simple. It is recommended to choose quick and convenient options, such as a whey protein smoothie, 4 to 5 egg whites with 1 whole egg, or a cup of Greek yogurt mixed with a scoop of protein powder. For vegetarians, excellent choices include soft tofu, cottage cheese, or high-quality plant-based protein derived from peas and rice. The key to success lies not only in what you eat, but also in when you eat it. And the answer is, as soon as possible after waking. Your body is now adequately hydrated, your joints are flexible, and your muscles are protected from natural breakdown. However, there's still another critically important morning issue: thick blood after a night of inactivity. According to the American Heart Association, this is a primary cause of morning strokes and heart attacks. The highest risk occurs in the first 2 hours after waking, when blood becomes thicker and circulation slows down. Our second morning habit directly addresses this problem. The second habit in our 5-minute morning routine is improving blood circulation. And it is crucial to perform this action within the first 60 seconds after you get out of bed. After a night of immobility, blood tends to pool in the lower part of the body, especially in the legs. This temporary reduction in circulation can decrease oxygen flow to the brain, causing dizziness, loss of balance, and in severe cases, potentially leading to blood clots, which poses a serious risk for older adults. Research shows that if blood is not properly redistributed immediately after waking, you are more likely to start the day with sluggish circulation, constricted blood vessels, and limited blood flow to the brain. Geriatric circulation experts state that a simple 60-second sequence of movements can increase blood flow to the brain by more than 40%. This exercise not only reduces the risk of stroke, but also helps you feel alert, refreshed, and fully ready for the new day. It is easy to perform, requires no special equipment, and can be done right next to your bed. As soon as you stand up, place your feet shoulder-width apart. Raise both arms overhead, taking a deep breath through your nose. Then slowly lower your arms, gently exhaling through your mouth. Next, perform 5 backward shoulder circles, then 5 forward. Finally, do 10 calf raises, lifting your heels off the ground and slowly lowering them to naturally pump blood from your legs back to your heart. This entire routine takes about a minute, but its benefits can be felt throughout the morning. You will notice a clearer mind, a warmer body, and that sleepy feeling after waking will completely disappear. This is a small habit, but when done daily, it can significantly strengthen your heart and brain health over time, with no medications required. At this point, the human body is ideally prepared. It is adequately hydrated, joints are relaxed, muscles are protected from breakdown, and circulation is optimized. However, one vitally important organ still requires special attention: the brain. According to the Alzheimer's Association, over 60% of older adults are more concerned about cognitive function than any other health issue. The last habit in this 5-minute routine is an incredibly simple mental exercise that can be performed right at home. The first and most significant habit in our 5-minute morning routine is an exercise aimed at maintaining mental sharpness. What makes this final step unique is its focus not on muscles or joints, but on the organ that determines the quality of a person's entire life: their brain. Many mistakenly believe that memory loss and cognitive decline are inevitable after age 65. However, modern science convincingly proves otherwise. A person can maintain sharp thinking, quick reflexes, and mental clarity by activating their brain correctly at a critically important time. Researchers assert that morning is a golden window for forming new neural connections. In the first 30 minutes after waking, the human brain becomes extremely receptive to cognitive stimulation and can significantly increase the production of BDNF, a protein that acts like fertilizer for brain cells. There is no need to solve complex math problems or learn a new language every morning. A simple yet very effective exercise involves recalling the events of the previous day in reverse order. After performing the first 4 habits, sit calmly. Close your eyes for approximately 1 minute. Visualize yesterday, starting with dinner, then lunch, then breakfast. Move backward, recalling the people you talked to, the tasks you completed, the places you visited, all in reverse, from the most recent to the earliest. As you master this exercise, try recalling 2 days instead of 1, or add details such as what you wore, what the weather was like, or how you felt. Clinical studies show that this exercise can maintain cognitive function at the level of someone 10 to 20 years younger, actively helping to prevent dementia. Just a few minutes each morning can strengthen your short-term memory and proactively delay the onset of dementia, a hidden fear for many older adults that is often difficult to address effectively. As we've explored today, the morning routine is not just a set of habits. It's a powerful health strategy consisting of 5 key elements, from proper hydration and joint flexibility exercises to timely protein consumption, improved circulation, and mental training for sharpness of mind. Each step is backed by solid scientific data, yet is incredibly simple to perform at home without special equipment. Just 5 minutes each morning lays a strong foundation not only for a healthy day, but also for many years of independent, vibrant, and energetic life ahead. It is believed that true health and independence come not from complex or expensive medical interventions, but from simple, consistent daily habits, much like tending a garden. Our health thrives with gentle, regular care, not occasional overhauls. Every morning presents a new chance to invest in your future well-being.